Hi. Good morning. It's Friday, May 28th. Feel good today. Arm hurts. I got my shot and it's sore. But so here's what happened. First, I'll start here. I meditated this morning, and I know I'm on the right track because I saw the waves, and I mentioned that sometimes I don't see the waves, and it's either because I'm not there, I'm stuck, right? This feeling of being stuck, and realizing the more and more. Gosh, it just sometimes it feels like it extends for so long, but it's not that long. I was feeling stuck and feeling off, and I'm engaging in habits that I'm like, I'm eating a little too much. and so, and the thing is that even though I'm overeating, like I feel it in my cheeks, I'm still trying to work out, right? And I'm trying to balance myself out. But then, like, my clothes still fits. So I don't know what that's about. But I also posted, like, some videos, or my pictures, my boudoir shoot on Instagram or whatever. And someone told me, oh no, she didn't see it there. I sent them to her just to kind of show, like, hey, like, this is what I did. Check this out. And she's like, you're losing more weight. I'm like, I'm really not. If anything, I'm gaining weight. Like, I'm weighing myself. And it could be just water retention. But, like, even this jacket, like, it's a small. It still kind of closes. Yeah, it still closes. And it's not thick here. Like, I remember when I was thicker, it was tight here. But it's not, like, it's loose. Or it could be that it's just worn out. But this is the jacket that has, like, super holes all over that I can't let go of. But anyways, so So yesterday, I think I recorded yesterday too. Pretty sure I did. Did I? Or maybe not. I don't remember. Yeah, I did because it was my brother's birthday. Right? Yeah, it was my brother's birthday. And so yesterday, before I forget, the waves. So immediately I connected. But I have to tell you, I might have to work backwards. Because I think this is why I saw the waves. So the waves, I saw the purple, the blue, and then in the corners I knew. I was like, all right, I'm connected. And then the purple. And then I saw the waves. But it was this, they were like rising on the side. Rising on the side. And so the center was open and it was rising on the side. But it wasn't like those high tide waves. It felt like flames. They looked like, the top part kind of looked like the flickering of a flame, but it was separate. They were separate. And it did that for a little bit, and then it shifted to waves again, more softness to it. And then it would connect at the top and then come back down. And then it would connect at the top and then come back down. So it's still kind of separate because I could still see the light in the center. There's separate, and then it would connect and then come back down. There was that. And then there was this push from the left, like my past, right? If I'm looking at it from a sand tray perspective from the past, and it was like coming this way, like coming this way, and I got the sensation of like something from the past is coming. That's what it felt like. Something was coming. And then it was that. Then it shifted. What else did it do? There was something else after that. Oh, that. And it, I don't remember if it just kind of went up and down. There was another thing that happened after that, because it stopped. I remember it did it for a little bit and then it stopped, and then something else happened. I don't remember what the last part is. So before I meditated, I woke up with this realization that I needed to speak up, like really make myself clear, really regain my power of my life, because I was feeling yucky, I was feeling swollen, but it's really my fault because I I made myself sweet potato fries last night and I stayed up watching romantic comedies, and I was in and out of sleep because of the pain, and at the end, towards like 10-11, which is 12 hours after I got the shot, like I couldn't even lift my arm. It was hurting and I couldn't even lift, so I took more ibuprofen and just laid on the couch, and but sometimes I just crave carbs. And I was trying to eat healthy, and I end up having dark chocolate, and anyways, so I'm indulging, right? And so yeah, so interestingly enough, I mentioned I'm communicating with this fire sign. He's making the time for me. We're getting to know each other, so it's really just a friendship. And I appreciate, and I told him yesterday, we do the WhatsApp, and you know, he's in Istanbul right now, and I'm fascinated with his stories, and it triggers me, and then I respond back, and it's just this nice back and forth, getting to know each other, and learning about each other's perceptions about life, and likes and dislikes and memories that it's triggering for both of us. And I remember the day before yesterday having an imaginary conversation with him in my mind, asking him to tell me about his childhood, to tell me what it was like to be a young him. Yesterday when you responded back, because it's a different time frames, right? He told me, like, one day I'll tell you a story about blah 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 when I was young. It's just sort of like so trippy. But he continues to share, you know, that he watched the show, and it was on African American and Black culture and food. And the weird thing is, so, because I asked him, I'm like, what did you watch? He watched something, and it's called High on the Hog, a culinary journey from Africa to America. And he's telling me about it, and he triggers in me a memory, and we talk about past lives, and the belief that he must have had a past life in that time. And I'm reminded of the images that I got once when I meditated. So anyway, so I'm watching this rom-com, laying on the couch, in and out of sleep, and then the rom-com ends, and you know, normally you would think that previews on Netflix are reflective of what you watched, right? You like this title, here's some other titles. No, it actually ended up being this episode, this show that he watched, because it's called High on the Hog, right? And so when I saw it, I was like, oh, I think that's the show he's watching. So I decided to watch the first episode, and oh my goodness, it was amazing to watch and feel. Even though you couldn't taste it, the food, it looked so delicious. I could feel it. And then especially the end, like before they even started talking, like I felt the heaviness. I felt the emotions, the chaos, the fear, the control, the loss of control, the grieving. I felt it all at once, and I started crying. And then this young man, it's like he came full circle, right? He came full circle and being in that moment, right? And he breaks down because of what he's experiencing, and it's just, oh, it gives me chills. It gives me chills just thinking about it. And I'm triggered of this memory that I had when I meditated once. And I've spoken about it, where I had 3 images back to back. One was I was watching these 2 white women walking away from me. They were around this counter in a room, and their back is towards me, and I'm seeing them walk away, and they're wearing white bonnets, and they're walking away from me, talking. That was one image. The second image that I see is a man, a black man, incarcerated, but like around that same time frame almost. But there was this pull, I felt this pull of him needing to speak up, because he was wrongfully accused. He was wrongfully accused, and he needed to speak up in order to be set free. And then the third image and last image was this green jade bracelet. And I remember it came up around the time that I started working with Miss Hannah, because I remember thinking, maybe I'll see this, right, when I'm working with her, and I didn't. And I just remember thinking, I didn't watch, like, you know, any movies from the South or the of that time period with white bonnet. Like, I don't remember. I wasn't watching a lot of TV. So, you know, sometimes when you try to rationalize things, it's like, oh, your brain is just trying to format or file images that you might have seen, and blah, 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 blah. That's what they say dreams are. But another perspective to that MJ has shared, that I now believe, is that sometimes these images and dreams are past lives. And that's why we get this deja vu sense of feeling, you know, when we are in a situation that's familiar. And so that was brought to my attention last night. And of course I'm recording and telling him, like, hey, oh my gosh, this is what happened. It's funny that you talk about past lives. So anyways, so that was in my mind. And I went to bed around midnight, and it was just so sore, and I couldn't get comfortable. And that whole night, last night, I just couldn't get comfortable. And I talked about how I'm starting to believe that my connection with Hannah has been really a transitional period, you know, for both of us. I don't know how long this transition is going to last, but it really is just a transitional period. And I felt the need to speak my truth again today and make it clear of what I needed, I'm realizing that I need. And what I'm needing is time off. So I told her this morning before I meditated, I asked her if she had a minute, and I told her, I'm like, I need next week off. Like, I'm not gonna work. I'm letting you know I'm not gonna work. I need to reconnect with myself. I need to finish projects that I started. This whole table here is art, supposedly art, but I haven't finished. And I'm telling her about these ideas that I have, and I'm trying to at the same time find my place. And you know, my license is going to expire in 2 days, and I decided to reconsider that option, which reminds me I need to find out how much it costs. And I reached out to my mentor and asked her, right? I think I talked about that. And I'm supposed to send her how much it costs. But again, it's just this realization that I needed to speak up and really speak my truth about what I want right now, what I'm needing, what I'm realizing that I need. And I need to really focus on me this next month. I really need to focus on me. I need to figure out where is my place. I need to finish these projects. I need to... There's graduations this week that I want to attend, family graduate, and I feel it's important for me to be there. And there's birthdays that, you know, festivities that I want to be a part of, and just reconnect. in that way, and I haven't earthed in forever. So, and again, it's no one's fault. This is, if anything, I'm taking ownership. I'm taking accountability for I'm taking accountability. Sorry, I got something about my CE requirements and it hasn't worked out for my license. But anyways, it's I'm taking accountability for my situation, right? And I'm explaining to her, I'm just like, it's no one's fault. It turned out the way it has for a reason. This is retrograde is in effect, right? These are lessons that I'm needing to make sure I master, and this is one of them. This is speaking up, right? And I mentioned it that Miss Christina, when she did my birth chart reading, that was one of the things that she highlighted for me. Something that I needed to continue to work on was speaking up, and speaking my truth and my choices, even if they are not stable choices, that I needed to make sure I stand by my choices, right? And so I told her, I'm like, this is what I'm needing. This next week I'm going to be off, choosing not to work. This is what I'm working. And this next month is going to be about me. I need to focus on me. I don't know what that's going to look like. I don't know. I know I want to pose nude for Kelsey's class, for sure. So I'm going to reach out to her and schedule that. Hopefully, probably the week before we go to San Francisco. Excuse me. And so I really, so that's the conversation I had, Hannah. Before I had the conversation I had, when I woke up, in my dream state, there was, excuse me, in my dream state, I felt stuck in my dream state. Like I was in and out of sleep, and I remember telling God, I'm like, God, what is next for me? Like, what do I need to focus on spiritually? Like, I'm being drawn. I'm trying to figure out, right? I'm trying to figure out my place. And I remember in my dream, it's like there was fear, and then there was this feeling of like spirits wanting to come in almost, but I was afraid, and I kept pushing it away. And then I realized in the morning, I was like, oh, like I asked for my spiritual gifts, and I'm pushing it away out of fear. And I think I was like sore too, so I didn't feel good. And so in the morning, I was going in the restroom. I was sitting on the toilet, and I see the wolf spider. I was like, oh my gosh, where did it come from? I see a wolf spider walking away from me. So I find a way to capture it and I set it free outside. But then I remember, I was like, that used to be my spirit animal. So I looked it up again. I'm like, what does it mean? One, to find it in the restroom. And then it's walking away from me. So it's not walking towards me. It's walking away from me. And I screenshot it because I was just like, oh gosh, what does it mean? What does it mean? I'm trying to remind myself, right? Because it's been a while that I see a spider. And so it says, they show up periodically to help you move past lessons related to creative expression, manifestation, and knowing your place in the world. Many people who are wanting to awaken their intuition aren't afraid of exploring the dark areas of their soul will subconsciously call on the energy of the spider. Those who are drawn to more shadowy or mystical forms of spirituality may call on the spider to reveal what is hidden behind the mysteries of esoteric knowledge. These are people who want to see past illusion and search for the truth hidden behind the lies that govern our society, blah, blah, blah. The energy of a spider can help you weave the past, present, and future together into a reality that is aligned with your soul's purpose. They can help you tap into your infinite well of creativity, higher knowledge, and psychic powers. As a shadow animal spirit guide, they can show up when you need to strengthen your sense of self-worth. Those who attract a spider can heal people with their creativity, open-mindedness, and ability towards divination and psychic knowledge. And so then it said, in summary here, basic keywords that can describe the energy and spiritual lessons of a spider. Creativity, manifestation, visionary, energetic programming, inspired action, new opportunities, self-power, self-worth, and self-expression. Attachment, illusion, fear, the cycle of birth and death. Balance, the yin and yang, masculine and feminine, fast and slow, manifestor and generator. Root, solar plexus, chakra, survival, and one's own power, and psychic gifts. Bam. Mic drop. So to know that I went to bed asking for that, and then waking up and seeing that, and then feeling in my power, I'm like, I need to talk to Hannah, right? And let her know, like, this is where I'm at, this is what I'm feeling. And you know, making sure I speak my truth and letting her know, hey, I'm really feeling drawn to the fact that our connection is temporary, and that I, you know, it's a transition. We're in transition, and we just needed each other to get through this transition. And just speaking what I need. This is what I need to regain my balance. Quicker, faster, right? Learning the lessons. Faster, right? So that's what happened this morning. It's only 9:30. It's only 9:30. But anyways, that's all I want to talk about. I have to go to the studio, and I'm doing a market by myself, in the sense of like without Miss Hannah tomorrow, and I'm training someone new, and so I'm excited. To kind of do this on my own and kind of see, you know, if I can manage it on my own with her, and with this new person, and yeah. And just kind of see what this next week unfolds. How this next week unfolds, really. How this next week unfolds. So, stay tuned. Hi. My name is Yubi, and in case you haven't figured it out, this footage is capturing my experience as I learn to navigate my personal spiritual awakening. I am learning that this experience is unique to each one of us. In whatever way we believe we are embracing living our truth, this just happens to be my journey. And despite me having a graduate degree and a license in clinical social work, this by no means is intended to replace any type of mental health advice. This is just me on a personal level, documenting my experience, shedding light on the truth that I am learning and discovering for myself, and really inviting you along for the ride. If by some magical chance you find this content to be helpful in any way, shape, or form, please click the like button, share the message, subscribe to my YouTube channel. I have an Instagram account, a personal one, and one specifically for this channel that you're more than welcome to check out. I'm an open book. I have also created t-shirt designs. I'm wearing my favorite one right now, which is the North Node design, but I have that and other things that you can look at inspired by this process and journey, and I have the link in the description box as well as in the about section of my YouTube channel. So you're more than welcome to check those items out. Any type of support is great. Again, if you find this content really helpful or meaningful, sometimes when we take that step and be vulnerable, with showing what's inside our hearts and what's really our truth, we realize that we're much more connected than what we thought we were. And so I hope that as I'm living this experience and that you find some type of truth for yourself, or find some type of ability to heal in some way just by relating, just by knowing that you're not alone. That really has been my goal with this process, not just being able to connect with others, but really for my own healing. It's definitely been a therapeutic experience and a very creative one for myself. So I thank you, and I wish you all the best, and we'll we'll see what else comes next for me.